So before we go further, I would like to start my session with a meditation for about 15 minutes. The reason is because you guys just finished lunch and maybe still kind of sleepy, so it's time to sleep. It's time to relax and adjust your mind, adjust your body, adjust your food. Let it digest for a little bit. So I'm going to turn on the melody so that you can follow the music easily and that you can relax your mind. Whatever technique you prefer, no problem at all. As long as you can calm your mind down, that's the point. All right, so let's get started. No sound.
You want me to get Nampan?
Yeah, can you please? Sorry, I'm not used to this one. Well, I'm going to turn on my. can slowly open your eyes when you're ready. So how's your meditation, everyone?
That was nice. I like the bird sound.
Great. I'm glad you like it. I
In
like
Asia,
it.
you can hear the monkeys too. Like.
Yeah. It's more like meditation sound. It's always helpful to have some sound, some music. Then you can calm your mind and you can feel comfortable, relaxed, right?
Yeah.
Feel really peaceful. I'm glad you guys like it. Today, the topic. Oh, by the way, I'm not sure if there's any new persons here. My name is Sue. So I've been practicing this meditation technique and been in GMC for quite a while. And I love meditation. And today I would like to share my experiences and also my knowledge through the slide. I call it Body and Mind. This is what I've learned from our great master, who is back here. I've learned his tamakaya, his meditation technique since I was young. And my parents took me to the temple, and then we've learned how to meditate. I found out by myself that I experienced it, and I feel really happy. I feel like really calm and have a inner peace, inner happiness, I would say. So every time it's more like my refuge or my shelter, my mind shelter, my mind refuge. So I would like to share how it works. So I've learned along with the body and mind. It's essential for achieving inner peace and spiritual growth. Can you see clear? Or you want me to move over?
It looks
Yeah.
good.
Is it too far away or is it fine?
It's good.
It's okay, right? It's good for everyone, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So, first of all, what is body? I hope everybody knows, right? The body consists of 4 course elements: earth, water, air, and fire, combined in the form of the cells. So guess what? Your whole body. Pick anything. This one is the earth, right? Your eyes, the earth. Your heat inside your body is the fire. So you can pick any one of anything in your body, and you can select the category. It's going to be either earth, water, air, or fire all the time. And the body requires food and liquid, which we just had at lunchtime, to constantly refuel the 4 elements or the cells, and that will become weak, and eventually the body will cease to sustain life and will itself decompose. What does that mean? It means, can you not eat if you not skip your meal for just 1 or 2 meals? How do you feel? You feel so tired, right? And you can't survive within 3 days without food, right? You can't survive within just 5 or 10 minutes without breathing in and out. That's the air that you need to feed yourself every time. That's every single minute. The air would be the most important one, right? And then, although the body structure is practical, versatile, and efficient, its model makeup will ensure that in due course the 4 elements will break down. So that's what I mean. And then nobody here have ever, in your family, you may experience somebody in your family passed away, right? Not any single family can skip that. So that means our body is mortal. We will die one day, for sure. This is certain. Nobody, no one can escape from this. All right, so with that said, start with this one. Body elements are impure. Based on the 4 elements, the cells expire. You know, yourself today compared to yourself yesterday there's a different person. Yourself from yesterday is different from yourself today. Why? Because your previous self from yesterday already died, but your body make the cells every time. It sees the old cell and it create the new cell to maintain the whole body all the times. So you have millions cells died every day, every single minute, every single second, and that's considered cell expire. And that's why you feel hungry, thirst, hot, cold. That's why you need to feed yourself with the food, with the water, with whatever you feel right. So to feed your 4 elements, to continue to maintain it with 4 elements, with impure elements outside body, and become the waste, right? That you have to go to the restroom and so forth. So that's more like it's flowing inside and outside, in and out all the time. And that is the body. What is the mind? The mind is a refined element with the ability to know and or understand. It is also the vault of memories we have collected over many lifetimes. So the mind, you cannot touch the mind, but you know that you have something different from your body. You have something that is within you, but you don't know where it is, right? That's the mind. And the original state of mind is self-illuminescence, crystal clear, spherical, and as small as a human eye. Human eye, the pupil, really small. Human eye, the size of fingertip, right? And then, however, the mind is infected with defilements. It's called in Bali, it's called kilesa. The mind's self-illuminescence deteriorated further and further because of that defilement, that diminishing its ability to know. For example, if you like now you are conscious, right? You have mindfulness, so you full control of yourself. But what if you get angry right away? You lose your mind, you lose your self-control, right? That's considered the defilements. We're gonna talk about that later, how many defilements we have, and that's blur out your mind. And from your clear mind, if you have clear mind, you can see clear, you can think clear. But if you have the defilements right away, your mind will be blurry. And too refined to be seen with the human eyes, the mind is visible and can be felt only when its illuminescence is restored, so that true perception with clarity and shape is achieved through reconnecting with the refined channel of our inner eye at the center of our body. That's what we practicing most of the time with the meditation. Whatever technique meditation is, the purpose is to purify your mind so that you can see your own mind. You can see your own self, because the mind is yourself. It's a true self of yours. However, when our mind becomes clouded with the defilements such as greed, anger, and delusion, the brightness and the clarity of the mind is diminished, causing our perception and responses to be inaccurate and inappropriate. So you may think about, let's say when you get anger, you may make the wrong decision, right? Like all the times you may decide to hit someone or to kill someone because of anger, like because you lose your consciousness, you lose your mind, by the way. So defilements is ultimately the cause of mental suffering. It's hidden in the human eye, but when the mind is veiled through the meditation, its shield and invincibility and its shield of invisibility is removed, and its destructive potential is laid bare. Means you will see your mind clearer. You know what? I have like some word from the monks, the great master and the master. He said that when you open your eyes, you can see everybody around you. You can see things around you, but yourself. But when you close your eyes, guess what? You can see yourself. That's when you can see yourself, by closing your eyes. So that's why we started learn. And I believe that that's why you're here. You want to find your own self, your own happiness. And here, it starts with the kilesa, right? Which is the defilements. The mind becomes cloudy by those greed, anger, and delusion, right? And then the mind we have the wrong perceptions because of those cloudy mind. And then the bad thought, bad speech, and bad action will happen. You will do something, bad come up will become your bad habit too. And then the 4 elements become more impure. So have you ever observed yourself when you get anger? Like get angry, right? You will start having the heavier breath, like something like that. That's what the impurity of your air element start to have no balance, not balance no more, because it's cloudy with the defilements, and that's caused a problem that your body have some reactions, or you may feel like your heart beat faster, right? Those kind of stuff, that's the reaction from the defilements that cause your mind get anger or cause your mind feel uncomfortable, and that's the reaction to the body. So it comes after the mind get angry first, right? So that means your mind is the key. If you can control over it, you have more conscious, you pay attention to it, and you can catch it enough, early enough, then you can calm yourself down and get rid of that defilement right away. Like, I'm not going to get angry. Stop it. This is me. I control myself. Once you can stop your anger that start to increase in your mind, then your body will start to calm down. That's how it's related. There are the correlative, like relationship between the body and the mind. The mind order the body. The mind is the master. The body is the slave. Can you believe that? You can find out by yourself. After this video, I would like encourage you to experience yourself, who you are, what is your mind, and where is your mind. There is the answer that you have to find out by yourself. Nobody else can. Because when you close your eyes, it's only you who can see your own self, not anybody else. And that you have to use the 4 elements to be full again, and have to work more and commit more karma, bad karma or good karma, up to you. All right, so body and mind in practice. Being present in the moment is also another technique that you can use to bring yourself back to the present. Normally, sometimes our mind wander around to the future, sometimes to the past, but not in the present. Let's say sometimes, even though you sit here, your mind may go back to your home already. Oh, I have a dog, I have a cat, I have to take care of my cat. Oh, did she eat already or something? You hear, but your mind is somewhere else, right? So that's not good, because you lose your own self. So when you bring yourself back to the present, that will be really helpful for you. So you understanding the harmony between body and mind is essential for achieving the inner peace and spiritual growth through mindful practices. All right, I have a video that I would like to show you, and I believe that it's really a good one. that I'd like to show you.
What do you mean? I have no idea.
I don't know. The mind.
Like a part of you can be many different things, feelings.
Maybe your subconscious and your ability to reason, empathy, compassion, love.
Mind actually is the analyzing machine.
Most powerful thing in the universe.
I think my mind also consists of my opinions and my beliefs and my principles. So I think directly influences the way I live and the way I see things.
When your mind is blocked with something, you feel down and you are unhappy.
If I feel that my mind is out of place, so I can't put it straight, I go for running or for exercising.
I release with yoga.
Not for me.
No, I can't do that.
I think it'd be quite boring.
I wouldn't want.
I think this is a crazy idea.
Not all the time. Sometimes it's very difficult. I think it's necessary to make the right decisions.
I think it is possible, but I think it's very few people around the world can claim that they actually got near that goal.
The mind is
Now that you know it's not the brain, it's not heart.
It's the second element of a human being. So a human being has the body and the mind. The mind is the software of the machine.
Can be my enemy if I don't control it.
It's where all of our thoughts originate. And of course our thoughts become our actions. Actions subsequently become our habits.
You need to feel. And then after feeling, you need to connect at the center. So mind is a feeling.
Each minute we have the opportunity to change things and to restart. And the only way of restarting is stilling the mind for a moment and start again.
Of course.
Yeah, of course.
100%.
Yes, I have done that before. To better think, we have to stop thinking.
Yeah, it is with the meditation.
I think that's what we do in meditation when we find that peace, that moment of clarity.
The meditation, it is the best exercise we can do it for our mind.
To keep the mind very calm. Meditation actually helps a lot.
When I still the mind, I feel like one. You know, there is no separation.
And then session after session, I start to see a good change on myself and on my way of looking to the things. So I felt like, yes, this is what I want. I want to practice meditation.
It puts you in a state that you can choose better. And at the end, that's what makes the difference, choosing. The clear crystal ball goes inside, and I can touch inside, and there is the peace essence, like a white shimmery peace essence, and I covered myself in it, and everybody else, like everything, and my stomach felt so.
After the full time, time really passed. I didn't feel the time. For me, it was really quick. I didn't want it to end, but I asked Wanda. He said, "Well, it was an hour and past, so it wasn't quick. It was you being at your center for."
so happy. So it was really a great feeling. I will never forget it.
If I'm peaceful inside and it's helping me to be peaceful outside, so society and the world is nothing but a collection of individuals. So I'm an individual. If I'm peaceful, definitely the world is going to get better.
It will start from me or individual, but it will spread gradually to others and to the world as well. And this, all the conflict that's going on in the world because of people are not happy inside of ourselves. If they have happiness in them, if they have real peace in them, they will not do harm to others, even then they will spread that peace to others.
I just want to say that I'm really grateful of being here and getting the opportunity. It's really, I feel very blessed, and I would like to share this with others and give them the chance or the opportunity to have a peaceful world inside as well.
All right. How do you feel about this? What do you think about this? What have you learned, by the way, from this video?
Breathe in and out. And just try to focus more.
Okay. So you learned the body and the mind better? You feel? Okay. So the next one. So okay. So this is the summary. So the power of meditation, the bridge, the inner peace, and the enlightenment. Meditation serves as a bridge between the body and mind, fostering a deep sense of awareness and connection. So when you talk about meditation, you always think about the mindfulness as well. So you should be mindful and stay at the present, or at least try to bring yourself back to the body. Like maybe you can, that's why we come up with the breath count. If you start meditation, right, that I'm meditating, sometimes you can use some technique like start with the breath count, breath in, breath out, count number 1, 2, 3. That's the technique to bring yourself back to the body. Or sometimes somebody, like I've heard like some little kids, they can't visualize like the crystal ball or something, like, oh, that's difficult, I don't understand it. Sometimes the monk can tell them, like the teaching monk, just tell them, think of whatever you like. What do you like the most? And he said, ice cream. I love ice cream. He said, then you think about your ice cream. And then during the meditation, he's like, oh, the monk, like the teaching monk, the teacher, I can see my ice cream melting down, like melting, and then like it start to become a clear ice cream inside my mind, something like that. So you can pick whatever you like. The point is that whichever object that can hold yourself in the body, inside the body when you meditate, that's the key, so that you can bring your mind back to your body. And then once your mind and your body is together, are together, right? Because you have your mind and you have your body. Once your mind is in the body, then the magic will start, because now you combined, and then you're gonna start to have the power of meditation, or you start to feel your power, your inner power. The inner peace will come after that through regular practice. So that means you probably have to do it consistently, at least every day. 5 minutes, 10 minutes a day would be good. And then after that, you will start to cultivate the inner peace and the clarity, purify the mind from the defilements. Yeah, the defilements can come, like the mind can have only one side, either the good side or the bad side. Think about it. Have you ever thought of like you fighting each other? You're fighting your minds. You have two parts. Sometimes when something occur, right? You're like, let's say, maybe come up with some example. Let's say, if somebody shouts at you, like, why do you come late? For example, let's say when you go to the office late, like 5 minutes late, maybe your boss yell at you, why are you coming late? What do you feel? Right? You may feel anger, you may feel like hesitate, you feel nervous. So that's the bad thing, right? Because you don't feel happy anymore. And that's more like your delusion, your anger, or your greed start to happen. At this time, I think it's more like an anger or the delusion. And then, but if you can calm up your mind and you say, oh, I'm sorry, because of traffic, so I was late for 5 minutes or something. Then your good thoughts start to take over your mind. That you start to have a good way of resolving the problem or something. So sometimes if you see like money sit on the floor on the table, what should you do? Your greed will start thinking, should I take it? Nobody's seeing it, right? Or should I return it back to maybe to the office, to the front desk, so they can find the owner? So sometimes you have two thoughts, right, fighting inside of you. Those are the defilement side or your own purity, clarity mind side. Start to debate, and then depends on who win over you at that moment. So in one day, you can have 100 times the bad side win over you, and maybe just one or two good side win over you. Let's say, okay, now it's time to meditate. No, I still want to have fun, watch TV. Now you're fighting each other, right? Against yourself. So whoever win, if your meditation side win, yes, I can meditate. Now you win over your good side. So those kind of stuff that you have to play around, and you have to have your consciousness. You have to be mindful. You have to be at present to realize of what you are going to do and what have happened to you. That's what the mind and the defilements always play around within you. And enlightenment. So once you keep on practicing regularly, little by little, your mind will start to purify, and you can see clear, and you can see your mind clearer and clearer, and you will start feeling it within you. Nobody else can, but you can tell it for yourself. Once you see, you find your own self, you find your own inner peace, and you can stay still at that spot, at that peace spot in yourself long enough, you start enjoying that peacefulness within you. And that's what the inner peace will bring to you. And then enlightenment. The meditation reveals the reality of all things, but you're gonna have to practice long enough and more frequent enough, right? In order to gather this information. It's more like a habit, right? If you start having a good habit, like wake up every morning early in the morning, and then you feel fresh, your body start to feel fresh, and you live longer, you are healthy. Those kind of stuff that start gathering little by little, right? It's not like, okay, I wake up early today and then I should be healthy for the rest of my life. That's not gonna happen, right? Same thing. So if you wanna get to be able to review the reality with like of all things with the, like you can see clear, you can see thing as a reality without your burly mind, then you have to keep practicing. And then it finally one day it will lead you to enlightenment and the midst of all sufferings. So if you start to feel like to enjoy your inner peace, the longer time, the more time you can still your mind long enough, you can enjoy your inner peace, and then you will start to be happy little by little. You will enjoy yourself more in the right way though, with no defilements, the defilements, you can think about it as like a greed, the anger, and the delusion. Those defilements not only bury your mind, but also it causes you suffering, right? And plus, if you throw these defilements over to somebody else, it will hurt that person too, the person who you throw it to. For example, if you get angry, if someone hit you and you get angry, you hit them back, then it's not only you that hurt, but you hurt them too, right? So that's, I just come up with some simple sample, but so that you can see. But I think you probably, all of you would be able to experience those, because this is our daily life anyway that we are facing. All right, and I have a quote from our master, Paul Tomashio, our venerable. He is the abbot of the Dhammakaya temple in Thailand. He said that in training your mind to be still and quiet, every microsecond counts. The quickest way to keep your mind still and quiet is to do absolutely nothing. Be still, relax your mind, keep it still, and it will soon move inward on its own. So, have you ever heard about inner peace through middle way meditation, or through your inner middle way? Once you can get rid of outside world, you close your eyes and you start to stay still, doing nothing, and stay still at your quiet place within yourself. One day you will see the door to your inner peace start to open within yourself, and that's where you can go through that inner path to see your inner self and the true happiness within you. You cannot see it with your human eye. Please remember that. But your inner eye will be able to see it and will lead you to that path by just close your eyes and do absolutely nothing, and still your mind in that quiet place long enough and more often, and then you will enjoy your own journey within yourself. All right, so I have a prompt for you. The prompt: think of a time when your state of mind affected how your body felt, or when your body's condition affected your state of mind. What happened? And what did you learn from it? Anybody else would like to share?
I think I shared this one before, but my first love when I was like 20, I went to Thailand, and it wasn't like we had a fight or anything, but I guess I was so new to the feeling and just being so into someone. About 2 weeks into Thailand, I actually got physically sick because I was lovesick for her. And that's kind of another thing that connected me with the center, because you're sick to your stomach, really, right? And so, things like that kind of made the awareness of the center of the body and all that a little bit more palpable for me, a little bit more understanding. It made me kind of realize maybe there is something to there, because when you start realizing almost any real emotion, you can kind of see that's kind of the source. You get frightened, your heart drops, you get nervous, it's all like right there. Lovesick, that's mean. And then you start noticing the more subtle feelings, like even happiness and joy. Helps you kind of realize that connecting at that point may be the ability to allow you to access that source more directly and without condition.
Yes, yeah, right. So that's a really good example though, yeah, because when you get hurt, then your body starts to react and start to get sick, yeah.
I think I'm listening to a book called Mind Magic.
Okay.
And they're actually talking about, there have been cases, I think it might have been in Japan, like 7 cases last year, where people died because of heartbrokenness.
Oh.
Like something happened, maybe they lost the loved one or something, but there was nothing physically wrong with them. But they died.
Their mind.
Their mind, yes.
Yeah, because they lost track of like the purpose of their life. Yeah, I've heard about that multiple times, like about the couples
Oh, yeah,
when
yeah.
when one like either husband or wife died first, and then the other just come after a month later or 2 months later. They can't stay anymore because they miss their love so much. Their couple. Yeah.
Hey Ash, you just did the presentation on Victor. Do you remember that case of the guy who he was so enthusiastic and joyful because he always felt that at a certain day the war was going to end and he would be free, and so he maintained a very bright and upbeat perspective on life. But when that day came and passed, and what he thought would be his liberation didn't happen, he died like 3 days later.
Yeah.
Remember that one?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I think part of the bigger problem is the actual thinking. So right now I'm reading a book called Don't Think Everything You Believe, and it talks about thoughts and thinking. And you have your thoughts, but it's the thinking that results of you thinking about your thoughts that sends you into this spiral about becoming depressed or sad or whatever. So you got to manage how you think, and just don't do it too much.
Right. You can think about like, if you probably know it already about the positive thinking, right? So if you can always positive thinking is always go to the bright side, right? Not the dark side. You call it dark side and bright side anyway. So what's visual way, but whatever that you feel like, and we have like some sort of parameters or indicators that you can think of, like if the what you're about to do or about to think is like good for you but not good for the other person, that's not good, because it can harm that person, right? If that thing or that what you're gonna do is good for them but not good for you, that's not good either. But if it's good for you and good for the other person, then that's good, because it brings harmony, bring happiness to both sides. So that's how you can determine which way. Sometimes you doubt, right, which way you want to go, a good or bad, but which one is good, which one is bad. Sometimes if you doubt it, you can use this kind of indicator that the master taught us. So
the thing is, like, we're born, I don't want to say engineered, but our first instinct is to survive, right? So if we delve too much into thinking, we can easily get into survival mode, which creates stress and all these things that we feel like we need to do for ourselves to stay alive, because it's our natural instinct, right? So, but kind of like move beyond that to sort of come to terms with this.
Understood. Yeah, understood. Try to avoid that. That's why it comes with let's say the right career. What do you call it? Like
right livelihood.
Yeah, right livelihood, right? So let's say if you pick the wrong company, let's say you go to the alcohol manufacturer, like the beer
Alcohol
company.
makes you feel good, actually.
Right? You feel, yeah. Then why the alcohol is not good? Like, it's just like, because when somebody drink, they can lose their consciousness, right? And then they can throw away their good positive thinking and go to the dark side, and then like always do something bad because they lose of their conscious, right? And then sometimes I've heard like people got drunk and then they slept, like they didn't know what they did, right? And in the morning when they open their eyes, they happen to kill their parents, died in front of them, and they're just like, oh no. They feel guilty for the rest of their life because they killed parents without noticing it because of the drunken that they got. So that's why alcohol is not good. And if you happen to be like an employee in that company, so you will feel like you're really sad. You heard people get killed by accident because of the drunk people. Oh, do they drink that alcohol from my company? Then you will be related to that karma, that bad karma too, because you make it happen. Something like that. So that's why the eight path of
Or Eightfold Path.
the eightfold path, yeah,
That's for number
coming
5, I think.
eightfold path, right?
5th one.
Fifth.
Yeah,
The
it's
fifth
right,
And
right view, right
Right
thought,
view,
right
right
speech,
thought.
right action, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, right concentration.
Wow. Thank you. Yes. So that's why we have to learn that eightfold paths along, so that we understand what the best practice we can do to avoid all the problems that we can get, and in order to reach to that state of mind, the purity of the state of mind, this is what you have to practice every day. And do you remember this picture?
Is that this year?
This year, yes, just most recent one. So this is the picture, in case you don't know, the picture of our 2 teaching monks. Our honor monks came. Maybe not. If you could please help tell
It's
me the background.
Venerable Nick and Venerable Michael. Their last day. Last day. Yeah.
So they came over here, and they meditate, like they teach us meditation, and we had a really good time. So I would like to remind you with these good deeds that we all did together, so that if you can still recall it and you can still accumulate that good karma, and it can encourage you to continue doing the good deeds and continue doing meditation. And if you guys miss any of you who missed this, next year they will come back again, sometimes in April, right?
Yeah, April,
And
May.
then-
Usually.
And then we can have good time together again next year too. All right. So any questions? Anything to share? Yes, please.
The quote from the Venerable, he mentioned, do absolutely nothing. So there's sometimes the techniques that are taught are like, do something, focus your attention on the belly or the center. And I was wondering, do you have any parameters to know, okay, now I'm going to switch to doing nothing, and now is a good time to do a formal technique, a focused-based technique, where I'm gonna like intentionally move the attention somewhere and keep it there, and when to do absolutely nothing with the attention.
Good question. Really good question. Yes. So the reason that we have to use crystal ball or object to bring yourself back to here is because if you do nothing at the very first time, your mind will wander around, right? Your mind is a monkey mind, always keep flying away from you, right? Sometimes you think of whoever, like if you stress at work, you're still doing the work, you might go back to work. So if you, the way the mind has two things, sometimes you have wandering mind as an object, as a visualization. Sometimes it's as a voice. Sometimes you heard something, right? You recall some voice of some memory, right? So if you have a monkey mind with your visualization, you have to find some object to hold you back to the mind, to your body. That's why we ask you to find some object like an ice cream or a crystal ball or whatever you feel like, but something that don't make you get any further thoughtful, right? So something that can hold you back into your stomach, like breathe in, breathe out. So you start to practicing and then being, and that's helping yourself. It's more like when you have like the horse that like go crazy, right? The horse go crazy. What do you call it?
A wild horse.
Yeah, the wild horse, right? How do you do it? You have to pull them back, right? Make them calm down first, right? Your mind is more like a horse or like a monkey. That you have to calm it down first, and that's what you use the visualization, like the object, like crystal ball, or if you wonder with the voice inside of you, like repeating over and over within you, you have to repeat it with the mantra, like Samarahang, or you can repeat some word that can bring yourself back to the center, bring yourself back to the body. And then once you feel comfortable, let's say you breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, you follow your breathe in and out until you feel like now you start coming down and you drop to yourself here. And now you feel like you don't want to visualize anything anymore. You don't want to even say Sama Alahang because you feel like you really want to just stay here. That's when you don't have to push yourself to continue with that word or with that visualization anymore. You want to stay still. Your mind will tell you what they want it to be. At that time, when you feel like you don't want to do anything, you just want to do absolutely nothing, then you let go of everything, including your visualization or mantra, and you can stay still right there. That means like you are there already, because your mind calming down and your mind are back at the center already, that you don't want to do anything but just stay there. And now you can just stay there and doing nothing. Yeah, whatever your mind will tell you, believe it or not, your mind is you, and the mind will tell you what it wants. And at that time you just stay still, and then whatever you feel. And sometimes in the future, when you feel doing nothing, absolutely nothing, right, but you visualize something in there, you don't push it away either. You just let it be. You just stay there and observe it. You still just have to observe that feeling, that happiness within you at that time. Just keep observing and doing nothing. Doing nothing means you don't push it away, you don't pull it with you, you won't push it away, or you don't even want it. No feeling, no nothing, just observing it at that time. And then you will start to enjoy yourself, start to enjoy your meditation more and more. And that will, and one day, when it comes to that time, whatever you experience, let it be by doing nothing still. Whatever happened, you will still have to do absolutely nothing and stay in my day. Good question.
Good answer.
Yes. Any other question? Yes, please.
I have a question about a comment about the 5 elements, 4 elements. Sanskrit text actually talks about 5 elements, the 5th one being ether or akasha, which is container space from which the other 4 elements are created, right? So I don't know how deep people want to go, but there's a concept of Shiva, which means that which is not, it's absolute nothingness. But then there's container space within which you have vibrational energy that perpetuates to create matter, to create the other 4 elements, air, wind, fire, water. So
that is true.
There's it said, believe, everyone can believe what they want to believe, but Sanskrit text talks about ether, which is container space, and that's like from within which this sort of sound and vibrational energy exists to create the other 4 elements. So something interesting.
Right. So these 4 elements built from the cores, right? But there is like, who built those earth, water, air, and fire, right? There are something more. It's something that human eye cannot see as well. So it's more like something that we have to catch. But if you would like to prove, there is what he said is correct, but it's hardly proof, and you can prove it once you meditate, and then you get enough what do you call it, more an advanced meditation. Once you can find your own self inside and you get the true happiness, and your mind is pure and clear enough, you can find who built that earth, water, air, and fire, and also who built this earth, who built this universe. There are something more beyond our thought, beyond our knowledge. Something that only meditation can answer to that question. Like if somebody tells you, right, you may not trust them because you don't know, you don't see it for yourself. But with the inner eye, with your inner eye, you can prove it by yourself. But only you can prove that. Yes. So in Buddhism, there are not only 4 elements. 4 elements already just attached to the bodies, right? The course. But in the Buddhism, we have 2 more. It's like need your help? I know only in Thai. So ธาตุดินน้ำลมไฟสังขารวิญญาณ The other 2 elements เราไม่ได้พูด
I don't even know how to say that. Winyan, I think is like making.
Winyan is like the soul.
Yes. Sankhan.
Sankhan.
That's more of the functionings, right?
Right.
The functionings of the mind, like how the different how the mind functions in various ways. That's not included. I think what's talked about is usually the secondary, not the primary forces. The secondary forces are like provable. Like even when it comes to like the idea of or the question of creation, Buddhism doesn't normally address that. There is like one text that kind of goes into it, but for the most part, it's all secondary causes, right? It's kind of like the example in the sutta is like, okay, say you get shot with an arrow. Before a doctor who's addressing the wound takes that arrow out, and you stop him like, no, before you heal my wound, I need to know, like, what arrow, who shot the arrow, like, was he left-handed or right-handed, what kind of feather was used, what kind of stone was used, how tight was his bow. That's unimportant at the moment. What's important is addressing the wound, right? And so Buddhism's always talking about that second-order cause. Like, this is the wound right now. This is what needs to be addressed. We can worry about that stuff later. So I think when it comes to a lot of Buddhism, they try to pick things that are more easily verifiable without having to deep into your, like, get into advanced meditation, because that stuff's, I mean, you can't verify it easily. You're gonna have to really practice.
Yeah, but if you're interested, then I'll find out, and then like maybe we can, like in Buddhism, we have actually 6 elements, not really 4 elements, but I
don't know the English translation for that either.
No.
I think Sankhan is like functions, processes.
Yeah.
Would it be like dhammas or mind objects?
I mean, that would fall into it, but I think that's not, that's still a little bit ambiguous. Sankhan, actually, there's things like processes of functions.
If you're interested in more than 4 elements, and I'll find out, and then like maybe we can talk later.
Another wisdom talk.
Yeah, another wisdom talk. Sure, of course. All right, so I think that's it. So
one other thing. So for you guys who know Pitan, you know, big part of the center, big part of our group. She's going to be leaving her last. She's actually going to be teaching a class before she leaves. Her last class that she teaches is going to be on the 31st, which is a Sunday. So come support her. As well, we're going to be starting a group fund to buy her something, a going away present. So if you want to contribute, just give it to me, Kisu, B, or any one of the temple staff, and we'll try to get her something nice. But if nothing else, try to be here to send her off on Sunday, about 2 Sundays from now? 2 Sundays from now, yeah, right? 2 Sundays from now.
Yeah, 2 Sundays. All right, so thank you everyone.